to the 22. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's got room. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Dolphins at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now Tua. Mostert bringing in the quick throw. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of living behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran Charles.
What he just got done there. He had a big leg. But how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Allen off the play fake. Going deep for Diggs. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again. We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On first down, Tagovailoa. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here. No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen. They need for it to happen now. Now in 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago. And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover. 7th play in the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it? Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Allen going to go on 4th down. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He'll hit Mostert again here. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Well, let's call that a less than ideal play on 1st down.
No doubt about that one, because that was a situation of just digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself. And it ended up a big-time loss.
2nd down and goal. Tua. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage able to knock that one away.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Back to Walker on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
The Bills on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. This is third and 11. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. To throw on second and 10. Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Tua to throw again. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And this returnable for Hill. Tua and the Dolphins now with a first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. They'll run right side with Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He's got a man complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Hurry!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the crowd is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a short kick taken at about the 16. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Waddle now to return it, and past the 30 before he's out of bounds. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fields this way up at the 17.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. Let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Tua. This is caught. And the Dolphins are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. On play action, Allen. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Allen. And it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
In motion goes the tight end. On third down, here's Walker. Runs over him. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Step, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jaelan Phillips able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now a draw play. It's Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. So following the failed try on 4th down, will change ends and change possession. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Tua going to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the turnover, it's Tua. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run. Have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Allen. Jalen Phillips. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. Trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
One final try here for Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line.
10 seconds.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, As many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. On first down, Allen. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. A good position to be in here, second and inches. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Play action, now it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Bass, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They're going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Slot man moves right. Sticking with Walker on second down. Now This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as our offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Dolphins, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.